This is Plastic Adventures.
Hi, ho, internet neighbors. This is Doug and Steve, and we are part of the PATC, and we are here doing Toy Mill. This is where we do all the noise we found on the internet and share it with everybody else who will listen.
Yes, we take this whole stew of news and we distill it down into something that is only palatable or tastes good to us too. So, welcome to What's Important to Doug and Steve.
That's
And
right.
for the rest of you, I don't know what your problem is if this isn't important to you because it's terribly cool.
If you don't like it, just let us know in the comments. We won't answer. All right, here we go. Let's move on to the news. All the news that's fit to tell from two
Some of
guys who
that,
love
yeah.
toys. Okay, first off, we talked about it in the last segment, WonderCon. By today, it had already happened, what, a week and a half ago. So some of this is going to be old news, but it's new to us news, and so we're going to talk about it. At WonderCon, I went to the Hasbro panel. I actually got to meet Emily Bader. She was pretty cool. Shook her hand. She's just as short in real life as she looks on screen, so sorry, Emily. But still pretty cool. And they gave us some pretty good reveals. They had Transformer reveals. They had Marvel Legends reveals. They had G.I. Joe reveals, and everything else in between. So first off, let's talk. They had some Marvel Legends reveals or some Marvel in general reveals. Some pretty good ones. They are releasing the Iron Man from the 90s in those really vibrant colors and the chunky kind of looking action figures that they had. But they're in bigger scale and more articulated. But they're like coming decked out with accessories and all kinds of really cool stuff.
Yeah, is this one coming on a retro card like the Toy Biz
It
figures?
is. It's going to look
Yeah,
exactly
okay.
like the Toy Biz ones.
Yeah, he had like clip-on armor back then, and it just looked like, you know, those old puffy snow boots, the moon boots,
Yep.
but like that was his on his whole body. That's
Yeah.
how the figure was back
So
then.
they had a couple versions. It's going to be a whole Iron Man line, like Iron Man and their War Machine, and then they're doing like 3 or 4 more Iron Man, and like specifically the gold version of the Mark One is coming out. So that one looks really cool. They showed some Wolverine, like a 2-pack Wolverines. So some movie Wolverines, some comic Wolverines, some animated style Wolverines. They look really good. The Logan, the classic Logan with the blue jeans and the wife beater and the hat is coming out.
Yeah.
That's going to look good with the big, chops on there. That's the one I'm kind of looking forward to because for whatever reason, that's my favorite Wolverine. I think he's come pack he's coming 2-packed with other figures. So there's where he's coming packed with Deadpool, I think.
Yeah, that's
Sabretooth.
the one that comes with Deadpool's like a movie version of Wolverine, a
Yeah,
new masterpiece, and it's really good.
yeah. The detail that they're doing on these are it looks like they're taking some old molds that they did like maybe a year or two ago, updating the paint and maybe giving them a little bit more detail. So the ones that they showed looked really good, very good. I might even be really interested in that Deadpool 2-pack, but that Sabretooth one looked really gnarly.
Yeah. The one that's currently kind of hitting shelves is a it's Patch and the Gray Hulk. I forgot what he was disguised as, but it's like Wolverine in this like James Bond white suit with an eye patch. Like
Yeah,
nobody's gonna know he's Wolverine. Like it's the most
it's
preposterous
the eye
costume
patch.
besides like Superman's glasses.
I was gonna say it's the Superman disguise.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there were a couple of other Marvel ones, but those were the ones that really stood out to me. Um, they did Transformer reveals. There was nothing really big on that reveal, I think.
Yeah, it was a bit
Um,
shallow on Transformer stuff when I was trying to follow all of this as it posted online. Um,
there
there's some stuff coming, but it wasn't anything that like blew your brain when they revealed it.
Yeah, they showed War for Cybertron video game versions of Sunstreaker and Sideswipe, which actually looked pretty cool. They're not my bag kind of Transformers. You know, I'm really like into the G1 stocky blocky type of G1 Transformers.
Yeah.
So these
Yeah.
ones don't really fit in that category, but they did look cool. I'm not gonna lie, they were pretty neat.
They're well done. It's just an aesthetic that, probably has a niche following, and they might as well. They got to put something in the cases to fill them up.
Yeah. I know there was a couple of other ones that they were talking about.
Did they reveal the Ratchet that Bumblebee fits in? Did they show Ratchet the Cybertronian van, and he's like just a panel former. You can barely get Bumblebee's Cybertron mode folded up and fit in the back.
I think they might have done that.
Yeah. Anyways,
that sounds vaguely familiar. I'm trying to do all this from memory.
Yeah, I think GI Joe had some really good looking reveals.
Well, yeah, so yeah, definitely GI Joe had some good reveals, and for your Star Wars fans, they had some good Star Wars reveals too. So, for the Star Wars Black Series, they're releasing all of the ones from the Rebels. So they had Zeb, Kanan, Ezra, those three, a Hera. I think they're doing a Hera. So, I think they'd already released the Sabine, what's her name with the purple hair. And they already had a chopper. So this is kind of filling out the rest of that crew in a 6-inch Black Series form.
Yeah. Yeah. Did they show that Prestige 4-pack from Timothy Zahn?
I don't remember that one.
Okay, so it was a big show, but I don't know if it was revealed at the show, but you're gonna get a Heir to the Empire 4-pack with Mara Jade, Luke. I don't know how to say his name, Jororis Saboth. But then you're getting Luke's clone, Luke.
Oh, Luke. So wait,
like,
they're actually acknowledging the expanded universe?
Yeah, it's a really cool 4-pack that's gonna get done, and Luke is in like traditional Jedi getup, whereas the Luke we know is in like his Return of the Jedi black getup, and I guess in that series they make a clone of Luke, and he has to like take his clone to school or something.
Yeah.
So
That's cool to get a Mara Jade though. That's pretty cool.
yeah, she looks great. The figures are really really good that are coming out in that one, and Luke just has like he just looks like if you ever watched Game of Thrones, oh hell, what's his name? He was this awful character for like the last several seasons, and he imprisoned the guy and turned him into Reek. I don't remember his name, but he had like this kind of like Hobbit face.
Oh gosh.
That's what Luke has as a face. He has like this kind of like contorted
Looks like he's
evil
taking
Hobbit
a dump.
face. He has these dark circles under his eyes. Yeah, for the life of me, I can't remember the character, but he was so god awful. Like you wanted him to die from the second you started seeing him on the show. Anyways, that's what Luke looks like the leprechaun. He looks like the leprechaun.
Oh god.
Everything else but it strangely works for the set, so it's pretty cool.
Well, that is good news though, that they're at least starting to re-acknowledge the expanded universe, because maybe hopefully we'll see some what is it called? The Jedi Academy video game. What is it? Oh my gosh.
Well, you never know, man, because like how many Jedi Lukes have they had to release
I am
now? How
drawing
many
a
Han
blank.
in Hoth gear and like
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I mean, they're really like going back and retreading old figures again. They gotta get some fresh blood in the Black Series. It's kind of
They do. Well,
falling
and
off
they have
a
to
little
start.
bit.
They have to really appease the original trilogy fans, because I'm you know, like it or not, there's a fissure in the Star Wars fandom. You got to be blind and deaf to not be able to notice that. But I think it's a good step in the right direction, if they want to start acknowledging all of these characters that people loved in those in between years. So I think it's I think it's a good step.
You know what they need to go back to? The one thing that stopped me from buying a Balon skull figure, and I don't collect Star Wars Black Series. I got like Luke and Han. At one point, they were painting the faces, the heads.
Mm-hmm.
with flesh tone paint, and the details really came out. And they've gone back to this like semi-opaque peach colored plastic, so you lose all the details. And whenever they put paint apps on it, it looks like garish makeup, like Han's wearing lipstick, or
Oh yeah,
they try to do a little bit of color washing, and they just look like they're suffering from like a serious bout of Montezuma's revenge or something
or
like that.
something.
It's awful. But
uh,
anyways, yeah,
so yeah,
that's
so
not biggest news.
no, so there was some really good news coming from the GI Joe side. They are doing some retro reissues of some of the characters that they've already done, like the Snow Serpent, but he's coming out on the retro card with the colors from a mix of colors from the animation and the original GI Joe action figure, right? So
Oh yeah, yeah.
we're
Yep.
getting
And the
those.
first one that we ever encountered was Baroness
Yep.
in the wild. And they just took existing molds and they really tried to like cartoonify them or classify them. They're now starting to make changes to the line, like mold changes,
Mm-hmm.
to step back and give us some of these more like a real American hero inspired figures. As we know, the line started off really strong with this like neo future military look, and then
Mm-hmm.
has like a 180. You
They
see
did.
like Shipwreck and Hawk and Falcon, and I mean they just like totally spun it, and we're getting like really cool updated 6-inch classic figures. So this is a way to revisit some of those other figures and kind of get us that like classified look. But uh
But with a
which ones
retro
did they
twist.
reveal?
Well, so the one I was super excited about, one of my favorite characters, is Blowtorch. So
Uh-huh.
they announced a 6-inch Blowtorch, which looks really really good. He's one of my support characters, right? Like he's not the guy that runs out there with the machine gun, but he's the guy that him and Barbecue like to go out and create some side havoc for Cobra. Um, but uh, but the big news that is GI Joe adjacent uh came in the Ghostbusters world of all places, which like that's the one that like all the reveals that they had gotten up to that point were like, oh, that's cool. I mean, I guess okay, I like it. But then when they got to the Ghostbusters, it was like, oh, okay, things just got real. So
Totally out of left field. There wasn't even a scrap of information that would have like had us thinking that they were going this way. Now,
yeah,
coyly, they had mentioned that O-ring wasn't done, but they did not
they didn't say how,
specify O-ring GI Joe.
so how Emily did it was she showed off the Ecto One first, right? Which is in the 3 3/4 scale. And she's like, look at all these things you can do. It looks like you could fit a figure in there. I wonder how and then she like pulls out the thing and she's like, oh look, here's the gurney that could fit all of their proton packs. I wonder if we'll have anything to put on there in the future. And then right after she showed that, she showed the slide for all four of the Ghostbusters in O-ring style, and I went, "Is this a joke?" And it was like, "Nope, these are coming out." And I went, "Holy crap!" Mine just went
Yeah,
boom.
and from the pictures I saw, like I saw the very first pictures. Someone took a picture. I think you sent me
I
that
did. I
picture of
sent
the
it right to
slide,
you.
and when I saw that, it looked like they were really stripped down, like the original Joes, you know how
Yeah.
they were not super detailed. When I saw the slides from your picture, I'm like, oh my god, that's so awesome. They're gonna look like the original 13 Joes and like be really, really heavy retro.
Mm-hmm.
And then a few hours later, we start getting pictures of the actual molds, and they are effing
They're
fantastic.
beautiful. Their faces look really good, and I'm hoping that the manufacturing process doesn't lose that detail because they look really, really good.
Oh yeah,
So
they're great, man. It just looks like something that it you wouldn't have gotten that good looking in the 80s, but man, do I wish we would have had those.
oh, I wish it's like every 80s kid dream, right? Like they're like you wish that you can get some of your major characters in O-ring style official. And the fact that it's going to be Ghostbusters with a size appropriate Ecto 1 is like, oh wow. I can't
Yeah,
wait.
and the best part of that for me, the set of 4 goes up for pre-order for like 49.99.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're paying like a $12 a piece for them.
you can't get any better than that. So they're supposed to be going on pre-order on June 8th, which is Ghostbusters Day apparently. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that
So
just like so caught me off guard. I think we might have been like on the way home or something from the Tri-Cities from a quick visit down there. And that picture you sent me, I was just like, you have got to be kidding me. Like
yeah,
this is
it
wow.
was probably the best news out of that panel that I could have heard. I mean, and I was down for GI Joe, and I was listening to the Transformers, and it was all kind of yeah, yeah, yeah. But when they dropped Ghostbusters, the whole room changed, right? Everybody was excited about that.
Yeah. The new movie is a lot of fun, by the way.
Oh, I
Don't know
haven't
if you've
seen it
been
yet.
able
I'm
to
looking
watch it,
forward to it.
but it's fun. It's ambitious, but it's really fun.
So
So did
I,
they cover Beachhead, Eel, and Snow Serpent
they
there?
did. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, those are all on pre-order on Amazon right now.
Yeah, the Beachhead looks really good. The colors are very, very close to his original action figure. They even have the Ranger patch on his arm, which was a nice callback because his other one didn't have that.
Yeah, yep. And I'm gonna make one mention because I don't know that you've gotten any of these new retro carded figures. The card stock is amazing on this run. They've like tripled the thickness of the card stock.
That's
So
good because that first run was kind of iffy, but
oh boy, stink the joint out. It was like thinner card stock than the original toys came on. So
yeah,
yeah, they've like doubled or tripled that card stock up. It's robust. So
that's
uh,
good.
yeah, I'll keep my eyeballs peeled. If I can score you a Duke, I'll bring one down to you. You'll really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the other ones are all good. Like I didn't see a bad one in this one. Like the Lady J from the first one, I was like, I can miss the Lady J because the Lady J that we got was very close to that. It
Yeah.
wasn't different enough for to make me go run. Or the Destro, like the only thing that was different on the Destro was he had eyebrows, and that's not enough to make me run out and buy it. So, but that the retro Snake Eyes though, however, that was completely different. They used the stalker mold for that, and then just took it to the next level. So that was a great figure. But all
Yeah,
the ones in this run look really good.
that and Crimson Guard were my favorite.
Ah,
But Rakondo looks great. I think it's Duke, Scarlet, and Rakondo that are shipping in this wave. I think you packed out 2 of each per case or something.
uh, well, I'll be
Yeah,
looking for all three of those because even though I do like the Night Force Recondo that we got, I gotta have him in his original colors. So
that's too cool of an original figure
yeah,
not to have as a classic toy. But hey, the classified one is just it's a great update. Just really brings all those feelings back.
seriously,
So man, and to see them hitting Target, not just a Walmart exclusive. Boom goes the dynamite. Thank goodness Hasbro
heck yeah,
gets it.
yeah. They've been doing really good by the collectors lately, so I hope they keep that up. I got to attend the McFarlane toy panel, and he had some pretty cool reveals. Uh, from lesser to cooler, We'll start with he's bringing back the sport. He had a sport line
Yeah,
baseball action figures that he did a long time ago, and he's finally bringing that back to update it with a lot of the newer superstars of baseball. So he was pretty excited about that because everybody knows, Todd McFarlane used to be a baseball fanatic, tried to play baseball and had to go the toy route. Darn.
comic book artist and now toy mogul.
Yeah. Shame on him, right? Or boohoo.
Yeah, yeah.
But he did have some cool reveals. One of them is that he's releasing Batman Returns figures. So we're getting Val Kilmer, Todd McFarlane. We're getting
Oh, that's
Twin Todd
right. That
McFarlane. Yeah.
yeah, Batman Forever.
Batman Forever. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, that was the one that's lacking because they did Batman and Robin with which I did not buy. They got those,
Mm-hmm.
but the one that we were missing as a series was Batman Forever. I think he was
Yeah.
in the 6-pack of Batman figures that was an Amazon exclusive for 8 seconds before it sold out.
Yeah. The Val Kilmer looked really good. I mean, I was super excited for that one. So hopefully we'll get to see him on shelves. I bet he'll be a hard to find one like the Keaton Batman was. So
Did they show like Chase Meridian? Did they show Nicole Kidman from the show from that, or are they just gonna like stick with
I
Batman, Robin,
it was
Joker,
Batman,
and Two-Face?
Robin. I can't remember if they showed her or not.
Because it could be. I think Tommy Lee Jones is a little about his
Oh,
likeness
they did show
place.
him and the Riddler. They showed
Oh,
those shows.
okay. So they got that buttoned up. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, so those are coming. He showed some very DC comic accurate action figures. Um, I mean, all over the place. They were really, really good. But then I heard about something that he didn't show at the panel.
Mm.
And I'm amazed that he did not show it at the panel because that would have made big news.
I don't think they were quite ready to. This could be a thing where, just like some of the other actors' likeness rights are really super duper touchy. But
Yeah.
if there was one thing I wanted to talk about on this segment today, I don't know why I'm obsessed with this idea, but it has officially now like leaked out
Mm-hmm.
and been announced that we're getting a Christopher Reeve movie, 7-inch McFarlane Superman. Wow. Dude, I am so ready for that. I bought that
Yes.
custom head and found a body to put it on because it's just such a huge part of our childhood and I couldn't be without one. Now to know that we're going to get one that's like movie accurate everything, no 3D printed head, no body swapping, no paint this, no paint that. And considering how freaking good McFarlane's figures have been,
I
this is
know.
going to be the one.
This it has to be. I mean, I remember I had to go out and I had to buy that NECA one, right? The really iffy one.
Yeah, yeah. Like for the time, that's what it was. And I don't even know if that figure released singly as like a gettable figure. It was like a promo or something. And I know they did a giant one.
Yeah.
But no, that's like the singular best piece of news. I cannot wait to
Yeah,
see that one.
that one I would have loved to have seen that on the panel when they were talking. Because that would have just been a phenomenal. I would have taken a picture of that just like the Ghostbusters and sent it right to you. So,
Yeah, I think that the attendance would have went just batshit
oh yeah.
if that would
Yeah.
have happened.
And there was a couple of other good ones. I mean, he revealed some Aquaman, like animated Aquaman, the kind with the spear on his hand. You remember those? Uh,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. DC went through a phase. Yeah,
they
I
did.
remember.
So they were all over the place with some of their reveals, but you know, I didn't realize how animated Todd McFarlane really is when he's talking, and he's really passionate about these things. And he, you know, he's like he would get off on tangents and just drop f-bomb after f-bomb, and he's like, I don't care. What are they gonna do? Throw me out? It was great. He was like a rock star of toys, and it was really cool.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So going from not so super cool to other cool stuff that I had sort of filtered to be on the today's show. Tiger Paw and Wreckage, Target exclusive Tiger Force. It's a ferret repaint with a Firefly repaint. What do you think of it? Or have you seen it?
No, I saw that on Instagram. I'm neither here nor there for it. I think Firefly has gotten enough play. Um, I think that they shouldn't be releasing a an ATV ferret so closely after they just announced the
Ferret.
yeah, the ferret. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense to me because
I'm thankful that they're using Target to put the weird stuff out.
okay,
You
yeah.
know, like some of the Tiger Force repaints, the this and the that. Go ahead, just flush it, give it to Target. People are still going to buy it, but don't take up space in the mainline releases with just a simple repaint like that.
Yeah, if they were gonna make one hit the mainline shelves and then have an exclusive one, I wish they would flip it. Um, I don't know about the driver that they put with the ATV. It's a new character altogether. On for the blue ATV. I wish they would have given us like a
Like it, just give us a Cobra Soldier.
or a Cobra Soldier. Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Another Cobra Soldier or something. But I don't know that this one she looked kind of weird to me. But
she's
the
kind of
ferret looks
she's
cool.
yeah, kind of like the Vamp driver in that gray.
Yeah.
Or the Stinger driver, I mean. Yeah, the I like the colors, but it was just kind of an odd pairing. So, I mean, you've got that, or you've got Scrap Iron that you're going to spend money on. I think Scrap Iron gets taken,
Yeah.
and Ferret ATV sort of just hangs out. I mean, unless you're just desperate to have Tomax and Zaymont like sharing a ride on one.
Yeah. Yeah, that one is not so what really makes me happy is hearing that the Vamp is actually showing up on shelves. That I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Because that thing sold out quick, but somebody said they found it on a shelf.
I'd heard that that's out there, but it needs to be like corroborated, get
Yeah,
a receipt copy or something. So give everybody a chance. You're right. That thing disappeared off of Hasbro Pulse like instantly.
instantly.
Okay, so one that made me happy that's not too big of a deal. Walmart's getting some from Jazzwares. Jazzwares is doing a lot of their video game figures. So
Mm.
like The Legend of Zelda, Mario, that sort of a thing. I bought Link because I thought it was a great figure. Uh, we're gonna get Streets of Rage and Altered Beast figures.
Oh no way, Altered Beast.
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna get them. I know there's not like a huge following or anything, but I think it's Axel from Streets of Rage, the guy in the blue jeans and the white shirt.
Right.
All I see there is an opportunity to make another custom Terry Bogard figure. So I'm like starved of Terry Bogard figures. They just don't make them. So
But
I
Altered
might
Beast
try
sounds
that.
really cool.
Yeah, they're really stripped down. They got like maybe one accessory or something that comes with
They
them.
they've got to make those guys like super bare barrel chested because that's what those guys were in the video games, right? They were ginormous, and
Yeah,
then
I want these figures. I want to say are in like about a 4.5 inch scale, so
not
he'll be
very
big
big.
for that size. But they're not too super huge. But I wanted to touch on it because it just kind of tickled me to see those. Um, we also got to see something which I'm going to refer to as Origins TMNT.
Oh yeah,
You remember? Yeah, seeing those. What they are is essentially the Ninja Turtles done in Masters of the Universe Origins style with like that absolutely classic look, but not hyper articulated, but tasteful, added much articulation. They all look like the original toys, except they do got kind of a funky like scale texture on them.
yeah. It's
But
it's like a hyper realistic turtle skin, but it does look pretty cool. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I looked at these and thought those actually look pretty neat. I wonder how they would look next to the um, re-released ones, or what the
I
packaging. I can't remember if they showed the packaging or not because I don't
I
remember what
haven't
it looked
seen the
like.
packaging yet, but I suspect it'll be like a classic looking package. Um, I think that you will be able to pose them in those really, really weird poses that the original Turtles came in.
Mhm.
Only these ones will like stand up on their own.
Right.
And probably the biggest innovation that I saw, and I mean from the heavens, uh, I hear angels crying and people rejoicing. Michelangelo's nunchucks have chains.
Oh, real? Oh, yeah. Not just
Yeah,
little
they're not. It's
plastic
not just
wires.
that like thinnest little piece of plastic that the second you bend it, it breaks. Nobody had Michelangelo's nunchucks when we were kids. They were like broken immediately. You try to tuck them into
His
his
belt and
belt,
they snap. Yeah.
and they break right off. So, at one point in desperation, I took Scotch tape and thread, and I just taped around the handles so that I would have something in the middle on my nunchucks. But the weapons are painted, so I think they got like
Nice.
orange handles and then like appropriately colored like metal for the blades. They look really good, and they're going to be like $13 a piece.
Oh, geez, really? That's nice.
Yeah, so I don't know that that's something that I'm gonna buy. It might be like an on-site decision when you see one, but I mean, Ninja Turtles are everywhere. They're crossing over with Transformers, with Power Rangers. I mean,
And Matt, yeah,
Masters of the
Masters of the
Universe. There's
Universe.
a very like made for a specific taste line of Masters of the Universe Ninja Turtles figures.
They're very, I mean,
So
I'm glad they're doing it because Turtles is one of those franchises that you can put anywhere. You could put them in any other franchise, and it's like, oh, yeah, that fits.
you can cross over, and I think you sent me pictures of the Transformers crossover with the Turtle Man that they're
Yeah.
calling Wallop, and Hasbro surprised the crap out of me when they had like four different faces so
Yeah.
that you could do it. This one van could be either any of the four turtles with a face swap.
Yep.
I would have sworn that you were just going to get 4 vans with different colored highlights painted on them, $60 a piece, and be
Well, no, but
expecting to.
you got to go out and buy 4 vans anyway, because you're going to want all of them together, and it's just.
It's our choice now. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't made for us, and they still say, "Well, you don't have to buy it." What?
Shut up, Hasbro. You know we will.
Yeah, like the people, like if you're trying to tell this to some normal person who doesn't collect toys, look, why would you need that? Wait,
There
what?
are 4 turtles.
How would I not?
I need 4 vans.
Anyways, yeah, so it's a surprising move. Nice to see them do that.
Yeah.
So I guess last thing I'm going to hit on here really quick. Masterpiece line is ending, and they're kind of going out with a bang.
Oh, are they?
2 releases, same figure. They are releasing Power Master Optimus Prime, aka Jinrai.
That's right.
We are going to get a singular standalone Jinrai, which is just the cab of the truck. And I believe he's going to have a little bit more of an anime deco to him. That was never Optimus Prime ever in the cartoon. It was a body meant for Optimus Prime, and there were these transector things and bracelets and a human. It's actually the human spirit that's in the robot's body. So it was never Optimus, but it came here as Power Master.
Right.
So that's going to be like $120, which is
that's worth it.
Typical Masterpiece fare for that's the cab.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that you're out like $260 if you want to get the trailer and Jinrai together to make God Jinrai.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which also looks incredibly good. The articulation is great. They've somehow managed to make this blocky G1 vehicle look like the like really anime version of the character, because at that point those cartoons were starting to like veer off of traditional Transformers style animation, go a little bit more anime. I actually liked Super God Master Force. I watched it subtitled and thought it was an okay series, but
honestly, I didn't know much about it until you hooked me up with that one. And it quickly became one of my most favorite versions of Optimus Prime. The fact that you can combine him with his trailer and have this gigantic piece of armor, make him into a bigger fighting robot, was just really cool. And then, of course, you had anytime you can add a littler robot into a bigger robot, it's a win. So he quickly became one of my most favorite Optimus Primes.
Yeah, I loved it. That's the one I actually got when I was a kid. I got that for Christmas, and I loved that thing so hard that like it just there's nothing left of it. Broken,
is
like
that
totally
the one where you
ruined.
said you acted like a brat when on Christmas because you thought it was the one you were going to get?
Oh God, like I knew the package was under the tree, and I was so effing neurotic when I was a kid around Christmas time. Like I don't know how my mom didn't smother me with a pillow. It was just like ridiculous. Woke up in the middle of the night crying, begged her to let me open one. I thought that I got Optimus Prime out from under the tree. It was just some tank or something from Remco, and
like,
I started like ungratefully crying, like sobbing on the floor, and my mom's like, "Screw this, I'm going to bed." So it was awful. Like the worst of me was that Christmas morning. But then when I got to open it, it was quite the celebration. The neighbor kid tried to steal it from me that day, and we went on a big hunt for it. So it was okay. In retrospect, if he needed to steal it, obviously something's going on over there. So, but anyways, it was my horrible Christmas story, and like I am like the worst human being ever for ever behaving.
We were kids. It's okay. I'm sure she's forgiven you since then.
I would have been like 9 at the time, so completely unacceptable behavior. Anyways, yes.
All right.
Yeah, so great. It's that's the ending. MP60 is Jinrai, but they're continuing under some other line. It's like MPG.
Oh,
and they're not 100%.
They're ending, but not really ending.
Yeah, not really. But I don't know if this means that they're just going to stop with the scale that they're in and go look in a different direction or what. But I thought that was really super duper cool. My cousin's way into Power Master Optimus Prime. I think he's going to save his pennies. I think the figure releases in December of this year.
Got some time to save up money. Yeah, I saw that and instantly thought, well, there's another one for Steve's shelf.
I don't know. I don't know. It's hard. It's big too.
Oh, well, real quick, while we still have like a minute and 40 seconds,
Yeah.
they did also announce that we're getting another Legacy or a Earthrise version of Optimus Prime re-released
Oh yeah.
for his
Yeah.
cab, and then we're getting a War for Cybertron version from the video game version of Optimus Prime in a Voyager size. So that was also news for Optimus.
Yeah, that's you can still grab that Optimus Prime out there on the shelves from the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice to get another shot at Earthrise Optimus Prime because to date it's the best one.
Hmm.
But I really wish we would have saw Commander class Optimus
Yeah.
Prime
Well,
coming
who
later.
knows? We're not done with reveals for this year. I'm sure he'll pop up sooner or later.
Yeah, that's it. Take my money, and I mean that
Yeah.
might be one in the box, one to open. It's ridiculous. I'm ridiculous.
We're all ridiculous. That's why we're here. But we got to end this segment of our talk on the toy mill. Hope you liked our news. Hope you liked us. If you do, drop a comment in the boxes below, and maybe we'll come back to you. Come visit Steve on Facebook. Come visit me on Instagram, and we'll see everybody in the toy aisle.
All right.